What in tar nations? What's up, everyone? My bad on that. I don't know. What's up, everyone? Thank you, Panfuser, for holding down the fort for me in the comments. What song is this? I have to look it up, honestly. It's something I picked up a while ago. Everyone hear me. Everyone hear me. Put a 1 in chat if you can hear me, everyone. Sorry about that. That was not my intention. How's it going, everyone? Like I said, I will gerrymander this entire stream until people pop up and talk about these topics. All right. Um, the questions that we have today, right? Well, let's go over this, right? Hi, this is how this stream works, okay? This is a blood sports. Shut up, Cap. This is a blood sports open debate. You can call each other's names. You can be mean. Almost complete freedom of speech. Shut the fuck up, Cap. Almost complete freedom of speech. Right. As the night progresses, we have 10 ready to go questions that I've drafted. As the night progresses and as we go through and we talk about all of these topics, which is a lot, at the end of the night, you, the chat, get to decide who overall won throughout the entire night. Even if you're only on the panel, or even if you're only on the panel for one topic. What pick do I have behind you? It's a very nice pick, actually. Very nice pick. I love this pick. It's some like TikTok artist, but he's very, very good, right? He hand painted that. Very, very good. What up, comrade Kyle? What's up, buddy? But yeah, at the end of the night, the chat gets to decide who wins, and whoever wins gets $20. So I know doing this on a Monday kind of sucks. Topics we got today, just overall, I'm not going to leak the questions yet. We have mass deportations, workers' wages, AI, and automation. But until people hit that link, it's pinned, guys. The link is pinned. Hit that link. We need at least 2 people to initiate a debate so we can get this stream going. Even the StreamYard just got posted, and it's pinned to the top of the chat. Once again, but until that happens, I'm going to just gerrymander and talk about immigration the entire time. I'm just going to gerrymander and talk about immigration the entire time. Let's talk about the cartel confrontation at the U.S. border. So this was last updated 2 hours ago from Twitter. Oh, what's up, Kylo? How's it going, buddy? Border Patrol agents near Fronton, Texas, engaged in a firefight with suspected Mexican cartel members on Monday evening. The incident occurred as cartel operatives attempted to smuggle migrants across the Rio Grande. U.S. agents returned fire, and no injuries were reported on either side. The event underscores the ongoing tension and operational challenges at the U.S.-Mexican border. That is a topic for tonight. I'm going to give my 2 cents on it, though. Like I said, until someone hits that link so we can get this show on the road. But we'll talk about this. You know, you do forget I am very politically minded. I know these streams I'm moderating most of the time. So I'm not really, as a moderator, you're not really supposed to give your opinion on subjects. But if any of you have been watching me for a while, you would know that I'm pretty opinion orientated. It's actually very difficult for me not to interject in a lot of these topics. Why the fuck are you meowing, dude? Out. Hold on 1 second. Fuck out. Out. Fucker doesn't meow at all the entire time of me setting the stream up. As soon as I start streaming, it starts meowing. It's crazy how that works. But yeah. So, I personally believe that we should just take the United States military into Mexico and South America and just root out all the cartels at this point. They've already been labeled by Donald Trump. They've already been labeled a terrorist organization. So therefore, the war of terror should be on them because they actually directly harm United States citizens. So that's my opinion. And it's justifiable. It's a much more justifiable thing to do. Why are we worried about the war on terror in the Middle East when we have people that are chopping, kids' heads off with rusty chainsaws on our continent? Why are we worried about what's going on 2,000 miles away when here at home, just across the border, they're smuggling drugs and human trafficking across our southern border? Yeah, of course it was Kino Gore videos. Yeah, of course, but they're horrendous people. like like they slaughter entire villages and if they don't go along with the cartel. So yeah. So I just wish the border patrol had better shots so they could have dropped them, honestly. I have no sympathy at all for the border or sorry, for especially for cartels, mass deportations are obviously that's going to be a lot of questions around that. Workers' wages, AI and automation. Um, I'm surprised there's not more people up here. 11 people watching in the chat. Like I said, such dark stuff. Yeah, it's very terrible. It's honestly extremely terrible. I know we've all been edgy teenagers, but watching that sort of stuff just really makes you not want to deal. Really makes you not want to deal with all of the horrendous over there. But who else is going to? No one else is going to deal with it. The United States government's going to have to deal with it. It is crazy. It's mind-bogglingly crazy. But that was just sorry, I'm still setting up the stream. But that was just the way it was, right? When we were growing up, when we were growing up and we're terminally online, that's just the way it was. We would pop open a feed, right, on 4chan, on Polfuck, even sometimes early days, early internet days. Some of that shit was on like Facebook, you know what I mean, or MySpace. It was really the wild wild west. You would just pop open a link, and it would just be some dude just getting like beheaded. Be crazy. Be crazy. Like I said, links dropped. Come up on panel. We're trying to do a long stream today. I don't want long. Okay, I'm not trying to be like Father Time in the Senate, being like live link. Yes, yes. Live link. Yep. The two girls, one cup ass vids. Yep. I remember the first time I watched that. God, dude, I feel old. I feel like an old man. I remember the first time I was pretty much forced to watch that because I was just going through the internet when I was younger. I think I was like 11 or 12, maybe 13 when I saw that video. Yeah. The good old days. Dude, I'm only like 25, all right? We're not that old. We're not that old. Uh Seems like a long time ago though. Yeah, horrid. Absolutely horrid. Absolutely terrible. Like I said, guys, 1 second. Yeah. Horrible. Ah, the Ghost Rider video. No! The Ghost Rider video. No. No. Da. I'm new to this. Anyways, um, did you guys watch the inauguration footage, by the way, on the channel? Distant Lights, did you watch the inauguration footage? Sorry, 1 second. Oh shit. Hey, I don't know if this is real or not. Just getting words. Oh, very nice. Just got word. The U.S. State Department will no longer be celebrating Black History Month when it comes up in February. Can I get a based? Can I get a based in the chat? Hello, base department. Yeah, we got one. What's up, comrade?
What's up? What's up?
What's
How are
up?
you
What do you
doing?
think about the U.S. State Department no longer celebrating Black History Month in February?
I think that this government is racist and they're hating on black Africans like me.
That's right. That's right. By the way, he's Italian, everyone. By the way, he's Italian.
The U.S. government racist, bro. We was the real Jews and shit. Let's go.
It's so
Let's
over.
fucking go, dude.
It's so over, dude.
We're so back.
We are so back. I'm
Uh,
gerrymandering until we get more people on the panel, by the way.
does it usually take this long to get people on?
Honestly, no, but I think what it was is it's Monday.
Monday fun day.
It's Monday Fun Day, right?
Yeah, dude. Bitches love Monday.
Got about 8
Yeah.
people watching on the channel and about 5 people on Twitter. Oh, I should
Hello,
drop
8
the
people on the
StreamYard link
channel and
over on
5
Twitter.
people on Twitter. Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's go. Hey, these are good numbers for
Okay.
my shitty channel.
Yeah,
These are
dude. I
good
mean,
numbers for my shitty channel.
I wouldn't know, but let's go. I'm just gonna, go with that. So yeah, what were you guys? What were you? I almost said you guys, but what were you talking about before I hopped on the stream?
I was just talking about like the cartel confrontation at the border today.
I see. I didn't hear anything about that, but what you can enlighten me on what happened.
Yeah, so I'll just give you the rundown. It said Border Patrol agents near Fronton, Texas engaged in a firefight with suspected Mexican cartel members on Monday evening. The incident occurred as cartel operatives attempted to smuggle migrants across the Rio Grande. U.S. agents returned fire and no injuries were reported on either side. The event underscores the ongoing tension and operational challenges at the U.S. Mexican border.
It's over, bruh. It's so over for these cartel chuds. It's over for them.
Oh shit, here's a video from Alex Jones. Of course it's Alex Jones, bro. You guys ready to watch some Alex Jones? Oh, what's up, man?
What
Welcome to the
up?
panel.
What up? What
Oh,
up?
what's
What up?
up, Keo? What's up, gang?
What up, Thick Thug?
What's up,
Whoa,
gang?
we thug
Figured
shaking
I'd
in the
hop on
joint.
since no one else is getting on.
Yeah, no one else
Damn.
is.
We have a breaking news alert.
Damn, Alex Jones got a little skinny.
Yeah, he looks
Just about an
different.
hour and a half ago on the Texas-Mexico border near the Texas town of
Kind of looks like
Fronton,
Walter White.
Mexican
I was about
drug
to say
cartel.
does.
Yo, they're putting something different in that fucking. Oh, what do they call it? What do they call it? What do they call it? What's up, Poppy Snog?
Yo,
Oh shit, you're loud as fuck. Okay, what's up, man? What's up?
yo, we chilling, bro. How about you?
We chilling, we chilling. We're gonna watch this based as fuck shootout, and then we're gonna get into the questions. Now there are 3 people on the panel.
Sounds like a blast.
In a ambush sneak attack.
Blast. I will say this, right? We're gonna reavert, right? So this is an open panel blood sports debate. Whoever is on the panel, you will be voted on at the end of the discussion. Sorry, at the end of the night. If you win, I'll cash app you $20.
Let's go.
Throughout this
Damn.
entire night, though, it's $2 cash app to change someone's name in StreamYard to whatever you want. It is. Let me pull up this. Let me actually pull up the banner real fast. Yeah. And it's $20 to remove someone for 30 minutes, $50 for removal for 1 hour, and 100 ball. And 100 ball is a permanent removal for the entire night. There is one more above that. Right? If someone ever drops $500, that person can never come back up on the show unless someone kills them
Damn,
off.
bro.
Dude, that's
It's-
fucking crazy, dude. This is evil. What the
Yeah, so if someone somehow happens to decide that they hate someone so much that they're willing to drop $500 via Cash App to me, that person will never come up on the panel ever again.
Dude, it's over, man.
Unless
Bro's really seeking that JIDF money, bro.
Yeah,
Yes,
Dante,
yes.
you're cooked, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm about to get
Yeah,
booted off the
Mossad currently has me at gunpoint. Okay.
Oy vey.
Yes.
Oy vey.
Opened fire on Border Patrol agents,
Wait,
shooting
pause the
patrols,
stream.
killing them.
What's up?
I will send you $2 Cash App right at this moment if you change your own name to Gay and Jewish.
Yeah.
All right, bro. What's the Cash App? What's the Cash App?
It's underneath the screen at Bumpkin123.
The Border Patrol agents returned fire. We'll show you
Sorry, money side Bumpkin123.
some of that dramatic footage from a Border Patrol drone. But the big takeaway here is just since Trump got inaugurated last Monday, now 7.5 days ago, we are seeing massive escalations in Arizona, California, Texas of cartels shooting and wounding, and in some cases, killing people. We've seen hikers, mountain bikers in
Look at
California
that shit, dude.
shot across the border when the cartels know they're just innocent citizens.
Okay, that's all I wanted to see. I did not need to hear Alex Jones talk.
He sounds like he smoked like 50 cigarettes before
He looks
started
way
that.
less bloated than the last time I saw him.
Yeah, bro is changing up stuff.
Bro lost weight. Let's go.
Yep.
Weight loss journey.
He's just full of less rage.
He's a lot more reserved, a lot more calm there. It looked like.
I
Alex
can't do
Jones.
I can't do the N word, but I can do gay and black. Do you want that?
No. Gay and Jewish. You know, because
Okay.
you're soliciting money.
Yeah, that's actually kind of fair.
What if someone were to send $500 to kick you off the panel permanently? How would that work?
Could never do StreamYard again. Can never stream on his channel.
Then I take the money and say go fuck yourself because I don't care.
Wow, this is so based.
No, you gotta understand, man. I'm gonna be real with you. You gotta understand, right? There are so many schizophrenic retards in our sphere of politics that it would be dumb for me not to try to capitalize off this. I'm sorry.
Understandable. So you said this would be blood sports.
Yep.
What would we be blood sporting about? What would be the
All
topic
right.
of discussion?
Yep. Here's the first topic, right?
I'm honestly too tired to do blood sports, but if someone starts it, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
It's all good. You know, I won't jump
We
into
go
it too
for it.
heavy.
We go
You know,
for
let's
it.
just hear the topic. You know, let's run off it from there.
Exactly. All right. First topic. Should the U.S. militarily root out the cartels in Mexico and South America?
Ooh,
Well,
boy.
then depends on several factors. I guess I'll take the lead here, and if anyone disagrees with me, you know, all good. But I think that there's a use case for rooting out the cartels if there would be support from other governments in terms of how we would approach it. Like, would we want to approach it in the sense of, hey, let's deploy boots on the ground or drone strike them, you know, acting with impunity and earning the ire of the Mexican government. I don't think there's a use case for that, and I know that the reason why the Mexican government doesn't want to do it is because they're being bought by the cartels, but that's just a reality we have to live with. Like, the cartel has owned that government and that state for how many years now? Like 40? Probably more than that. So how would that be worth it exactly? I'm not really seeing like a pragmatic angle to it because the cartel is just shipping. Sure, they're shipping tainted products, but ultimately, at the end of the day, the only people dying are the people like injecting or snorting shit. Like, what's the expression? Nothing of value was lost. I'm not really too angry at them. Not enough to jeopardize our nation's standing.
No, they think I'm of the tribe now. Good job. You
Let's
did
go.
it. I'm gonna get some more coffee real fast. I mean, I am Anglo, right?
All
Close.
right.
That's what they say, right? Close enough.
Yeah, close
Yep.
enough. Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. I think this is gonna be the most boring blood sports debate ever, but yeah, no, I tend to agree. If we don't have if we don't have support from other governments, then we shouldn't do it because all that's gonna do is just gonna alienate us on the foreign policy scene.
Exactly.
And it's just, again, it's not worth it. And you're gonna get tied down for years fighting cartels because it's not like you're fighting a standing army from another country. You're fighting a crime syndicate, which is annoying as fuck to fight. So it's gonna be really expensive. People are probably gonna die. And you're going to alienate yourself on the foreign scene. So it's like, unless there's some sort of like large international support for it, then I would be against intervening against
Right.
it.
And it's not as if doing so would be easy.
Yeah, no, it'd be
Like,
very difficult.
it's not as
right?
if the liberals say. It's not like the liberals say, where it's like, oh, they're going to assassinate U.S. politicians. It's not going to be that. But in reality, it's going to be like playing one game of useless whack-a-mole. Like, you can take out one cartel or one cartel head, but the fact of the matter is that shipping drugs to the U.S. from Mexico is a multi-billion-dollar market, so someone is always going to be taking that position. So
Yeah.
you would be fighting against people who are going to be climbing up themselves to get into that position. It would be endless. The only way to actually solve the cartel problem, and this is in opposition to the liberal idea, which is, oh, we need to legalize all drugs. Let's admit defeat. The cartel wants to sell like crack cocaine, heroin, and shit. Well, let's just legalize it and have Americans sell it to people instead. Win-win. Everyone wins. Except none of us here are that stupid. The real way to actually deal with this problem is to accept that there are going to be acceptable losses when it comes to the American population. There's only so much you can do. Anyone in the current age who isn't aware that if you are to inject a drug, or if you were to snort something, that it could be contaminated with fentanyl. If you're not aware of that, well, no, everyone's aware of that, but if you're willing to chance that risk, that's on you. Nothing of value would be lost. I mean, we don't really need people who are willing to play Russian roulette like that. If they die, then they die.
Also,
as Ivan Drago would say.
to put it a little crudely, that's social Darwinism at work for you.
Natural.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't really care. Like, oh, the cartels are killing our junkies. Like, let them.
Boo-hoo.
Wait, not
the
my
only
fucking problem?
The only problem I could foresee is it's like when you have more drugs in the it's like the cat's already out of the bag now, so it doesn't really matter right now. But in the past, before you had like massive access, I mean, obviously, if you wanted heroin or you wanted coke, you could find it, 40, 50 years ago. But it was more difficult depending on where you lived, and the cartels have made it easier. So a lot of those people that maybe would have taken it, but just didn't have access to, now have access to it. That's the only problem, but you're not going to get rid of that, right? Because the best you can do is just mitigate the problem. As you said, you're never going to get rid of the cartel. You could, again, I think you could probably mitigate the issue for like a couple of years, and then a new cartel pops up. But then it's just like this constant cycle, and it's not worth all the foreign policy hit we'd take for it.
Yeah, it's just, the trade-off is just, I mean, there's ultimately nothing to be gained. And going to your point when it comes to the ubiquity, whatever,
Yeah.
of drugs, well, I mean, whenever I was in high school, you could do coke without worrying about getting like fentanyl poisoned, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
Very overrated, by the way. But I think that the whole fentanyl thing may be an effective deterrent for most people. Like, for example, if someone were to offer me like cocaine right now, I would be like, hey, this may be laced with fentanyl, and if I do this, I could just die. So, I choose not to do it because I'm not willing to roll the dice on that. How many people do you think have refused to try cocaine or, other illicit substances because of the risk of fent? I'd imagine that number is quite substantial. And if anything, that works to our benefit in terms of preventing people from trying it. And that's really most of the battle. Like, it's kind of like the whole dare thing of like, just say no. Like, now people actually have a reason to say no.
Yeah.
I will say this, though, to be a little bit of a contrarian fucking stick in the mud.
You're good.
I do think that we should fucking kill them on the border, though. I think it's funny. It's in our jurisdiction to do so. And
I mean, yeah, cartels like coming
take
over.
the trash
like,
out.
If the cartels like crossing the border, then yeah, I have no problem with getting rid of them.
Mhm.
Because
Oh, I mean,
don't
like,
get,
even
violent.
shooting them like across the border if they're like,
Oh,
for
oh,
example,
don't get
on
me
the
wrong,
other
I'd love
side
to.
of the wall.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, would like exterminating the cartels be like funny and like justified, and Jesus would be like based? 100%. Like that would be hilarious. And the only problem is, like, I don't think it would be effective in terms of really making America great again, which is my primary concern. Let's focus on ourselves a bit more, as opposed to focusing on Mexico. And with that, like, bitch who's in the Mexican White House, whatever you call it, the
Fucking
Brown
tiny hat
House.
Scheinbaum.
Yeah, her in the, like, the tortilla house. She's in the, like, the taco parlor, like, issuing
Yeah.
taunts to Trump and whatnot. I mean, she
Taco
can do
Bell.
what she will. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, the Oval Taco Bell office, I guess you could call it that. So with her doing all that and being like, oh, we'll call, part of your country part of ours, it's like, yeah, except you lost a war over it. So, like,
Yep.
we could run it back. You can get your get back if you
Yeah.
can, but I really doubt it. It's just performative theater on her part, and she's owned by the cartels. I believe there's substantiation for that. Um, but honestly, in my opinion, the less said about Mexico, the better. I'm not concerned about Mexico or the cartels that much. It'd be fun to kill them if we can, but ultimately someone's going to take their place. Same with, like, Ukraine and these other foreign powers who neocons have gotten our heads that we need to steel man and involve ourselves with because it's like the quote unquote right thing to do. As if whenever it comes to foreign policy, there's ever an objective right or wrong. And there's never a
As if
consideration for real
that means
politics.
anything, like, at all.
Right, and I'm a subjective moralist, so I do agree with you on that. But even if you approach it from, like, a Christian moralist point of view, the Bible doesn't say to overthrow governments. The Bible says that governments are put in place and ordained by God, however they choose to govern. Right.
Thou
So
shalt give Israel more missiles.
real.
right,
That was
render
the
unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Right.
Yes.
I am not a Christian. I will say that right out. But I think that these two, like, even the subjective moralist view and the objective moralist view align in this instance. We should be focusing on ourselves and our own country, and believe me, there is a lot to fix here. Should we fix Mexico's problems, bro? I don't even know if that's possible. But
Yeah,
should
I
we
just
try?
don't really
No.
care enough to
I
fix
actually
Mexico's
think the
problems.
cartels are beneficial for the United States long term in order to rip Mexico apart.
I just don't really care. That's kind of my thing. It's like, as long as, like, okay, it comes down to this, as what we were saying earlier. By the way, I'm also a subjective moralist. I'm not a Christian, so we can agree there.
All right.
But another big thing, the thing I was about to say about the Mexico and the cartels. Again, if the cartels want to control the Mexican government, which again they have for the last 30 years, after the fall of the PRI, the cartels have essentially run Mexico. Right, as long as it's not spilling over any more than it already is into the United States, I don't really see an issue. Because as we said earlier, the slight benefit we gain from removing the cartels is greatly offset by the international disaster that would entail. Right. So I think to me that's just a very simple answer. I think we're all in agreement on this question. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's move on from from Burrito Land.
Yep. Burrito Land. I can move on from Burrito Land. I can do that. Problem is, I feel like we're all kind of in agreement on the panel.
Yeah, ask a divisive question. I have an idea. Ask something about.
What's up, Zach? How's it going?
What about Burrito Land?
We eat burritos, actually. That's
Okay,
what we're talking about. What's your favorite type of burrito?
So I'll run the question again, okay?
Bro, it's over.
Just explain it to him. I have to go grab some Chick-fil-A. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, you're good, homie. Should the U.S. militarily root out the cartels in Mexico and South America?
I mean, I believe that they should do that because it's hurting and killing hundreds of thousands of Americans and displacing people. The cartels are active in all 50 states, in America, and their continued existence is a threat to the sovereignty of the United States of America because their survival relies on drug trafficking, arms trafficking, human trafficking, political capture, regional capture, extortion, coercion. It's basically like the longer you allow these people to survive and live, it's a personal affront to the power of the government, especially in America, because we have the Monroe Doctrine. We're allowed to go down there and fuck them up, and I think that it's long past time. We should have actually done that back in the Reagan era, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I think the cartels already within the United States, as you said, they're already active in all 50 states. I think within our own borders, we should, use whatever means necessary to root them out. And that, I think, defends our sovereignty. If there are any cartel members caught crossing the border, I have no problem using lethal force to put them down. The problem is, I think, okay, going into other countries and rooting out the cartels is something I would support if and only if essentially we got other countries to support us. Either the countries we're going into, let's say we went to Colombia, for example, and they said, hey, we're going to work with you to help you root out the cartels in our country. Or Mexico, they said, okay, we're going to work with you. Or other countries kind of all came into agreement and said that, all right, this is something we're all going to kind of agree on. And the reason why I think that's important is if it is just a U.S. thing and everyone else is kind of just like, well, no, then that would be a foreign policy disaster. And I think at the best we can do at this point is mitigate the problem. We can contain it, right? So as long as we do our damnedest to root out the cartels within our own borders and prevent, or at least greatly mitigate, prevent as much as possible any further incursion of cartels from across the border, I think that's the best case scenario. I think that defends our sovereignty. It cleans up our streets a lot. And if the cartel's gonna, do sex and drug trafficking in Mexico and control the Mexican government, honestly, as long as it doesn't spill over into my country, I really don't care. The problem is right now that it is, right? That's the issue.
And that is the problem itself, is that it will spill over. And how can you have the commitment from these governments? I mean, these governments are already running military operations, especially Mexico, against the cartels. But how can you have governments that are funded and backed by the cartels be willing to work against the cartels?
That's exactly the issue. So that's why it won't work, right? Because it's going to be an international disaster, right? Because it doesn't really matter. I agree in principle. Yeah, it would be great if we could just go down and, send in the army and just root out the cartels. But it's a lot more complicated than that, obviously, right? Because we're not fighting a standing army. We're fighting a criminal syndicate. That's difficult to fight, right?
Right.
Even if we do root out one cartel, there's a market for it, obviously. So when we leave, there could just another crime syndicate within 10 years could just form and we have the same exact problem again. So I think the best we can do, that's not to say that, us going in and rooting it out won't help, right? I think it'll absolutely mitigate it. I don't think there's any permanent solution. I don't think you're ever going to get to a point where it's the cartel numbers are so low that it's just a non-issue anymore. I think it's always going to be an issue. I think that's just a reality of our world now. The question is okay, do we use military force to mitigate it and probably cause an international disaster, or do we just root it out in our own country, do a much stronger border, and essentially hold the line and not risk a foreign policy disaster?
My question to you would be, are you aware of how much power the cartels have in Mexico? They're practically regional governments in some places. This isn't to say they're legitimate by any means, but on that topic, who defines what is a legitimate government? I would say that the basic principle is the government, a legitimate government of an area is the government that has, the capital of force. It has the autonomy of force, right? Okay, so they have a monopoly on violence in many areas of Mexico, and in some cases, you could make the point that they have the monopoly on violence in all areas because they basically sieged a city and got the Mexican army to stand down to release their boy. This was a couple of years ago, right?
Right.
So
they're not even the strongest.
Is there a use case to go into Mexico and cause an international disaster, because everyone here on this panel will agree that Mexico is a narco state, and we can substantiate that. However, the rest of the world is like, oh, the United States is threatening a legitimate government ally, and they'll cry about it, and Trump
Yeah,
will have to
but
expend
Even
political
though
capital, and
Mexico,
it'll turn into a disaster.
yeah, but
There's no use case for it.
I think that we're beyond the point where it would actually be a problem, because you have, for example, like you mentioned, the Mexican government already running military operations on the cartels. It's evolved to such a point where the firepower of the cartels is directly in opposition to the firepower of the government. Any government loyalists, they would be completely on the side of the United States in a joint operation to clear it out, and then
No, they wouldn't.
okay, realistically, the best middle ground that we could find is to support a candidate with our government, with some sort of government organization that would allow us to do
Yeah,
an
this
Sort of
is-
like the like 4 dozen coups that we've done over the last 100 years. I'm just
in this
joking.
last election, dozens of candidates were killed, and some of them were pro-Western, some of them were not. And it's one of these things.
It's a narco state. That's why.
Yeah, it is a narco state. So I'm saying basically in the vision of American nationalism, I believe that the entirety of Southern America should be not directly in control, but at least friendly. And I do believe in the Monroe Doctrine, in the sense that if you have a force or something going on that has occupied these Southern American territories, it is the imperative of the American government to go down there and bring back order. And you have...
I heavily disagree with the Monroe Doctrine.
Also, I would like to mention that was actually never part of the Monroe Doctrine. I studied this last semester in a class, ironically enough. Yeah.
Well, the Monroe
No,
Doctrine is
cringe
never
to
for
say.
non-state
By the way,
actors.
I
it can
really
be
want to
expanded.
particularly implemented in that way.
wait. I really want to say this, and then you two can go on to the races. Like the idea of the American government going down to Central or South America to restore order is laughable whenever you look at our historical record. And you can call it based or you can call it cringe, all you like, but the point is that, in fact, we have destabilized a lot of governments in those regions. And you know what? Was it for the benefit of the American people? I don't know, because of the destabilization that we've wrought on these regions. Why do you think they're all trying to come here in massive caravans?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
living there sucks. The more that we make South and Central America a sucky place to live in, the more they want to come here. I don't like that. I think that the idea should be, they should be able to have their countries, have their culture, do whatever they fucking want. And I hope they have a good life. I wish them the best. I just don't want them here.
Like you mentioned.
And the best way to not have them here is to make them happy there. And the
Yeah,
best way
exactly.
to do that is to go hands off. Like we've been too hands on.
I wouldn't necessarily go hands off. Dante made a solid point earlier about how, classically and traditionally, this is the role of the intelligence agencies, specifically the CIA, to go down there and manage the politics, in the sense, protect their boys, and get these policies enacted in these countries. The CIA has systematically failed to protect their assets in basically every Latin American situation in the past 25 years.
No, they succeeded in their goals. Their goals were destabilization of them and us. The CIA,
Well,
the JIA, Jewish
right.
intelligence
We need
agency.
new
Let's be honest with it.
goals, basically. Now it is a bit promising to see people like Bukele, people like Malay, and there are projects in the past that have worked in Latin America that did bring stability, at least for a temporary time. One that comes to mind is Cuba before Castro.
Bukele is based. Malay is a Jew.
Well, I mean, Malay was necessary for Argentina, because Argentina's so economically fucked. Like
Anarcho-capitalism is gay. It's going to make things worse. Trust me. Watch.
In the long term, it will.
Well,
Okay.
I would
Why?
agree, but that's getting off the point. I would agree with your criticism of Milei, obviously, but yeah. One point.
Okay, are we want to stay on this point, or do we want to go on another question?
Yeah, what's next? Whatever. You guys seem to be done when I joined.
Yeah, we can move on to this one.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, I didn't say it, but welcome Z to the panel.
Thank you.
Welcome, Zach. All right.
Anyway, continue.
I'm going to jump into the third question here. Is automation inevitable? Is it a positive or a negative?
I can take the first part of this. To
Go for it.
some degree, yeah, it is inevitable. Is it positive or negative? It depends on how it's done. Now, here's the big thing. So, if you have it done with like massive mega corporation doing it, then yeah, the problem is introduced right immediately because if and would this be the case, obviously automation, the upfront cost is more expensive. You obviously have to automate shit, but long term, you're just paying for repairs. You don't have to pay the wage. So essentially, what you can do, let's say you can eliminate 30% of the workforce, like in maybe 50 years. I don't know. Maybe that's a big estimate, but let's just say 30% in 50 years. It's a random number, right? So then the big question is, what do we do with this 30%? Okay, so then it comes down to, are the people who are in charge of us going to be nice, or are they going to be not nice, right? If they decide to be nice, then, essentially you have your bug and you eat your bugs and, you have your pod and you live in it. And it's a shitty life, but it's a life, right? If the people in charge of the system decide not to be nice, they just let you starve, right? So for me, it's like automation is inevitable. So how do we make it the least shitty possible? Like, how do we achieve the least shitty outcome for as many people as possible, right?
Yo, you mind if I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
What do you do if you have a cow and it stops producing milk? What do you do with it?
You kill the cow. For
Okay, there you go. Carry on.
Yeah, sure, but I don't view people within my own group that way because it's inclusive fitness. Like,
No, I'm not saying that's no. Okay, let me just pause you real quick. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm saying that is how the
Well, that's how it will happen.
I guess what you could consider the capital class, the oligarchy.
Yeah, they don't.
Once like a group of people no longer has a use case, then they will be gotten rid of.
Well, sure, yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's what's probably going to happen. They're probably just going to get rid of that 30%.
Well,
layoff.
it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be so dramatic as literally like liquidating people. They already are poisoning people via the food and the medicine to make them less fertile, and the birth rates are being engineered to this point where people are always talking, like people like Elon Musk, about civilizational collapse, and it's actually kind of insidious when somebody like Elon Musk is asking for more children in the world, in my opinion. And I'm somebody that wants to see, I'm pro-natal in the sense that I think you need to support mothers and families, but with AI and automation coming, you actually need a birth rate below 2. You need a shrinking population, and you need to have a highly specialized population, because the more people that you have that aren't going to be fed by these AI and robotics, they aren't going to be able to fill these roles in these positions. Like Dante mentioned, they're not going to have a purpose. And when you have a massive amount of people that are purposeless, you have to give them money. And then when you give them money, they spend it on frivolous things, or they barely get by, they barely scratch by. There's no upward mobility. And so it's a massive drag on society when basically, if you don't have basically a college degree is going to be turned into a trade school, 4-year degree. An 8-year degree will be the new 4-year degree, and a PhD will basically be the new master's degree. And you're going to have to be highly specialized. Now, on the other hand, for people that are professionals, for people that are actually like trying to get things done, it's actually a very, very great time, because let's say you're a filmmaker or a project worker, you don't need as many people to back you to get visions done. Especially this thing like with DeepSeek, OpenAI was keeping the AI modules behind like paywalls, $200 plus paywalls to use them in the LLMs. And this just got blasted wide open. And this kind of thing is why free market capitalism is considered great, because the competition, we're used to more crony capitalism, so we're very cynical and jaded about it. So I think, quite frankly, we need a shrinking population. We need highly specialized people, and we need our children to be going to school hard, very, very hard. The populations like Japan and Korea are going to dominate because they're going to have less mouths to feed and more to offer, just like Snog was talking about.
But I do disagree with you on this issue. Particularly when it relates to shrinking populations. Before we get into it, I just want to know, what race are you?
What?
Okay. So, whenever it comes to the global market, and hold on, this hot sauce is a bit hot. Let me just go ahead and sip this. Whenever it comes to other populations competing with us, you know what I like to call it? I like to call it a race to the bottom. And this is why I am not a capitalist. I do not believe in capitalism, at least to the extent that you do. So, whenever Indians come here and they're like, yes, sir, I will work for 80 hour. I will take half pay, shit like that. We don't need to be competing with that. Competing with these people is lowering yourself. It shows a lack of confidence. Don't lower yourself to their standard, okay? It's a race to the bottom in terms of the reason why the capital class likes these people is because they're willing to work more for less. And that is antithetical to building a proper and yes, white society. In a white society, people actually work and they own what they and they own what they produce. This is how we've been doing things for centuries. It's only now do we think that, oh, we have to prove our mettle by working ourselves to the bone to show these Indians what's what. Like, no, just tell them, we're shutting you off. We're not going to compete with you. Be great on your own. Just watch them collapse. We don't need to be doing that. Okay? There's a use case for a socialist system as opposed to a capitalist one, at least in this instance.
Yeah, for the automation, yeah, absolutely, which is where I was gonna go.
Well, actually, a country like India is completely fucking doomed in the future. When you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of mouths to feed, and only a small portion of that population can actually do the work necessary to feed
Let them starve.
No, exactly. I'm not saying that it's something that we need to be worried about. I'm saying that they're not going to be competition in the sense our competition is going to be China. Our competition is going to be Korea, Japan, these highly specialized countries with smaller populations that will be pushing these achievements like DeepSeek these today. You're going to see a lot more like that. You're going to see things that are pushed out. And when I say competition, there's this odd understanding of productivity right now where it's quality over quantity in my imagination. But people are talking about 80 hours, like 80 hours is as useful as 50 to 60 hours of concentrated effort. And when you look at the people that actually built, the internet navigators in the 90s, the early AI models, the things like SpaceX and Tesla, these were, Asians or whites that were working 40, 50, 60, or 70 hours a week highly efficiently. Not 80 hours a week doing 40 hours worth a week of work.
You don't need to work
half the
that
wage.
long.
Well, I mean, if you're working on something magnificent, and something on a time crunch, like in Silicon Valley, or industrial project, I think that changes the calculus. But in terms of I'm going to be a trade worker and I need to my grandfather, for example, he was a mechanic and a service writer, and he worked like his ass off, like 60 to 70 hour weeks, and was commuting a lot. So, I mean, when you are building your life, you don't want to build your life to be working yourself to the bone, like you said, but you don't want to think that you're so much better than the world that you don't have to work even nearly as hard as them. And I think that there is an entitlement problem in America. I don't know if it's as big as people say that it is, but there is a massive entitlement. I've seen it in the classrooms that I work in. I've seen it in the places that I work at. People expect just because I went to school, I'm going to get a job. They think that just because they have a job, they have a life that they're going to get. And I don't think that's ever. I think that's been a lie that's perpetuated. That this is expected. This is something that is going to be a given, not that you have to provide worth and value.
I do think that that's not necessarily 100% an entitlement problem. I
don't think that. I think if you pay $40,000 for an education, then
also,
a job should be something.
The social contract. Everyone who's older than you when you're a kid tells you that you go to college and then you get a good job. That's the root of the issue. You can't be telling all the kids that that's what's going to happen if that's not what's going to happen.
Yeah, but it was happening in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s and the yuppie, office space era type shit. And it completely fell the fuck apart. And I think people just haven't coped properly because they think that we're still in pre-Obama America.
Yeah, I mean,
where, it's a different world, basically.
I don't think that it's not even been happening for the past almost, 20 years now?
Yeah.
People should have caught on by now.
It's true, but again, I understand people's frustration when they pay $40,000 for an education and they struggle to find work and they're in massive debt and they're paying that off for the rest of their lives. That is a pretty valid criticism of what we're currently doing. Back to the automation question. For me, it comes down to this. We could reduce our population and have people work like the standard, let's say 50 hours a week. Or we could find a mode of organization, of economic organization, where we decrease people's labor hours to 30 hours a week, and we have more people contributing. But so you have more people, right? They're doing less time, but because there are more of them, there's a larger base of them. They can contribute the same amount of labor, and you can feed people. The great utility of automation is we're going to be able to support a lot of people if we have automated factories. That's more time and more man hours that can be spent doing other things.
The robots can work around the clock.
If we're automating food production, that's huge. We can spend more man hours acquiring more food, doing more farming, right? We have more man hours now that we can allocate to other things so we can feed more people. And if we organize labor in a particular way, we can essentially have a system where instead of the average working time being 40, 50 hours a week, we can cut it down to 30 hours a week and maintain our population and have enough to feed everybody. The problem is, and this is where the problem is with big corporate capitalism, is this is not a profitable mode of organization for big businesses. It is not profitable for them. It is not profitable to feed, let's say 500 million people when you can cut it down to 350 million people, and you get the same amount you produce the same amount of profit, right? Because then you're losing. Well, you produce the same amount in revenue sales, right? It's more profitable to cut the population down by 150 million, but in terms of what is better for my group of people, my race in this case, it's better to have a larger number of people. It's literally, in terms of biology, it's better in terms of selection. You're proliferating more copies of your genes. So for me, that's the better scenario. You reorganize production to where you cut down labor hours, enough will be produced to feed everyone, to meet people's needs. Obviously not literally everyone. There's obviously still going to be poverty in every society, right? So, but enough to maintain our standard of living. The biggest people are going to take a hit here are obviously big corporations, but I'm fine for them to take a hit. I don't really care if they don't make $1 bajillion in profit.
I think
Welcome.
real quick. Yeah,
Welcome to the panel.
Mineland, what's up?
Yeah, I think poverty is a tool to motivate retards. That's what I was gonna say. But continue.
Hey, it's true.
I think
True.
we should have poverty. I don't think getting rid of poverty is a good thing.
Well, I'm not saying getting rid of poverty. I'm just saying maintain.
Wait, is this Pistol?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pistol, bro, you want to spread neoliberalism internationally and spread poverty at home. You are truly a modern-day Democrat.
I know.
I don't think so. I think that
who you're oh my god.
Yeah, Zach. I don't think that you quite know who you're talking to here.
Last time I talked to him, he talked about spreading neoliberalism internationally as a way to control.
Yeah, as a means, because spreading neoliberalism to others is a way of weakening them, and it's good to weaken international opposition.
Yeah, this is why I argued for it.
I literally believe in socialism for me, but not for thee. Other populations should have to work to the bone, and we should benefit.
So
it's not fair. It's fuck them.
Fairness is gay and retarded. So.
Base, yeah. I mean, no one deserves anything. I just want to live a good life, and if that has to be because a billion brown people have to suffer and crying Wojak and toil away, then based. Send Pajit to the mines.
Kinda real.
So basically,
serious.
like brown people are part of the means of production, essentially.
Absolutely.
No, they're the farm. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
That's
they're
not a
farm
base. That's
animals.
based in
All
Trudeau's head.
They're
right.
wait, well, mention. Are they not farm animals? What do you think they really are, though?
They're farm equipment rather than farm animals.
Ah, no. What is another term for farm animal? What is another term for farm animal?
He's referencing an inside joke that nobody else understands. Right, but point being,
Did
they're farm
they
equipment because I
Bible?
don't consider them there because I don't consider them to be people. There you go.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy. It's based.
Right.
I mean, they're people. I just don't really care a whole lot about them.
Let's move
Dude,
on
look,
to the next question.
bro, go to
Bumpkin's
India
desperately
and walk
trying to move on to
around.
the next question.
Holy
It's
shit.
over.
Bro, you wanted blunt sports, bro. By the way, Mentor, take a look at Bumpkin's name.
Gay and Jewish. You named him. He named himself gay and Jewish.
He
Well, I
paid
gave
me
him $2 to do it.
too.
Oh shit.
Demented.
Which is very Jewish.
Boy vey.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
All right.
All right, what's the next topic, Bump?
Should the U.S. allow legal immigration? If so, should there be guidelines to said immigrants?
Kill H1B, allow
I
O1.
can-
Do you guys know
I
what
can
O1 is?
start with this a little bit. I don't know any of the specific terms for like the different immigration like visas or whatever the fuck they are. But yeah, we can let Einstein in, but everyone else can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, O1 visa is the only visa that I can acknowledge. The only visa I respect.
Same.
Let in the one of a kinds, the rest can go to the curb.
Essentially,
most of
the
the-
rest must go. The rest must go.
Yup.
Let's
I mean,
go.
statistically, a good portion of those one of a kinds come from Europe, anyways. So it's probably not going to even be a problem, in my opinion.
It's true. He speaks the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
not gonna be
spitting straight
Polish.
facts.
They're not going to be Polish. I can tell you that, or Albanian.
Yeah, that's true.
Shut up.
Thank God for that.
Polacks need not apply. Okay.
Polacks
Shut your
need not
ass.
apply. Dude, it's
Shut
true.
up.
I would actually put those signs up.
It's sad, but it is kind of true.
All right, Bumpkid, I'll stop crashing out now. I'll stop crashing out.
It's
What do you
fine,
guys think
bro.
about that new base presidential candidate in Poland? That guy's fucking cool.
I've not heard anything about.
You
I'm
mean
not
Mr.
paying
Brown?
attention.
He's fucking taking a fire extinguisher to menorah.
Yeah, Mr. Brown. I forget his first name, but
Me too.
So there's no
fucking-
contention on
Yeah,
that?
that guy.
Everyone agrees?
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the,
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
the one of a kinds are okay. Literally everything else is
Yeah.
a no-go.
Yeah. What is more important, class or culture?
I'm gonna say class.
Yeah, I think class becomes part of culture, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, class informs culture.
well, yeah, it's for sure.
Like, look at think about it this way. I mean, like the whole like Appalachian white culture. And by the way, I don't have much respect for that culture. Like the whole like redneck type beat. You know, I don't think that there's much to respect about that. It's a glorification of poverty, and that is not something that is what could be considered white excellence. Take a look at like the Oliver Anthony song that everyone was
Sorry.
yapping about.
What was that?
Like we don't align with that. Like the whole like I don't got a dollar. Like what does that sound like? Yeah, you know what that sounds like. Shit, man, I ain't got no motherfucking dollar. Like it's functionally the same thing. It's like you know like it's like black retard bullshit. Like we don't fuck with that.
You are really trying to
Optics.
test my ability to not
Optics,
chime
Marty.
in.
over for the
You are
rednecks.
really trying to test my patience.
Marty.
Bumpkin's gonna get involved in these blood sports. Let's go.
I gotta
Let's
defend
go.
the
I
redneck.
can't because I'm the moderator.
Bumpkin has to come and defend his progeny.
It'd be unfair. I'm the moderator. There's no.
The
All right.
podcast is
Bumpkin,
going
1 out of 10 Creed.
Well, I didn't say much. I just said the R word.
But yeah, no, okay, all right.
We are on YouTube.
We're on YouTube,
Thank you,
Marty.
YouTube,
Don't do
for
it.
allowing
Don't do
us.
that.
Thank you for YouTube for allowing us.
Yes, thank you, YouTube. Yes, I'll be at the Wailing Wall tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's-
Anyway,
thank
to,
you.
uh,
Goes
anyway,
to
to- Anyway, to steelman my point in a more optical manner. Like that type of culture is informed by poverty, and we can see that it shares the same characteristics, although genetics has inferred the other characteristics of contemporary Black culture. But poverty has certainly informed the whole redneck culture, and there are good ones. I'm from the South myself. It's just what I really don't like is the whole glorification of poverty, the rejection of education, and I understand why there's a rejection of some level of education because it is a propaganda machine. However, you know, while we do need to have farmers, we also need to have cities. We need to have intelligent and educated white people. We can't have a society without that. We were founded by intelligent and educated white people,
Intelligent,
people who had a
educated
plan.
farmers.
Well, I mean, they own, yeah, who actually, I mean, like, we're on YouTube. You don't really want to get into who actually worked the fields. They may have owned the farms, but, come on now.
Never mind.
Marty,
Only like 5% white
Dude, I didn't say anything. Like, all I
Marty,
said was that
race,
I said that the founding fathers owned slaves. That is not a controversial thing to say.
Okay. I'm gonna
This
stop.
is so
I'm gonna
based.
stop.
I love this.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. Is there any argument to be had here on this one?
I mean, no, I agree with Marty's position, although I'm going to be a little bit more optical about it and say the primary eugenic effect I want to see in the world is to see dumb people eradicated en masse.
Dude, real.
There is some benefit for retards, though. Just not here.
Hey, no, they're failing innovation. Okay, we need to eliminate them, and then innovation will be sparked because there's going to be pressure put on the system to react and acclimate.
I do want retards abroad, though.
Yeah, retards abroad. Mine are like fucking platinum and everything. Yeah, I agree, 100%. I need my uranium.
Based.
All right. How would you reform or replace the welfare system?
The welfare system. I mean, I think that right now it's just being given to the wrong individuals. I think it needs to foster growth of I guess you could almost call them successful families. I want to see successful families. I want to see a reversal of the potential arguments and an increase in the literal argument whenever it comes to who's the one creating the majority of the merit. And those who are creating the majority of the merit, I think they need to be the ones that are given more funding. The demographics, I mean, not as in the classes themselves. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
Does anyone disagree?
I mean, in an ideal society, you wouldn't need any welfare at all.
Yeah, I
because
mean,
you would
yeah.
have a big business paying you, and you'd be paid by the workers' union or the
Yeah, essentially, here's my view of it. It's like, I guess, in an ideal society, you wouldn't even need welfare at all. Because essentially, not to get too deep into fucking schizo LARP land politics, the way I view things is essentially if you have like workers' organizations, so like something like a syndicate that you pay dues to, the dues that like whenever you need something, like let's say I'm sick and I need like health, I need care, like I need to go to a hospital, through the pooled money through union dues. That can just be taken care of. Public works can be taken care of. General education can be taken care of. So a lot of the stuff that causes that, necessitates welfare can be eliminated by essentially having collective ownership of production with a syndicate system. So then that eliminates any need for welfare at that point.
What's poppin', Moxie? Jump up on the panel.
Whoa.
Okay, hold on. I actually got to give her a wrench real fast. If you guys didn't know this, women are the best YouTube moderators.
Are you gonna hop in then, Bumpkin? Is Bumpkin gonna hop in on these blood sports, bro? Dude, let's have some philosophy discussion. Now that mine ran this, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Nah, y'all niggas don't want that. Me and Dante would win.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about
true.
Hegel's perception of history. I think that's a great thing to
Hegel's
talk
an
about.
idiot, and I'm right. That's my stance on it.
Yeah, totally off topic. I'm gonna have to learn about that shit at college.
I'll just like
Right.
lend you my copy of the Phenomenology of Spirit and say, read this and try to understand
Dude,
it.
it's so over. It's so
All
over for
right,
me.
boys. All right,
All right.
guys.
I
What
don't
is-
want to read that shit.
I did not hear about what happened with the Colombian illegals. I did not.
Yeah, I can explain if you want.
Sure, go ahead.
Is this about the
Okay.
planes?
So no, yeah, it is about planes
Oh,
technically.
yeah,
Because,
I know about that.
Okay,
then,
so
I think.
Donald Trump basically wanted to export a bunch of Colombian illegals back to Colombia, and the president of Colombia was like, "No, you're not allowed to do that. We're going to oppose colonialism in all its forms, and we're going to be gay." And so they blocked the planes from landing. There was a whole diplomatic incident, and Trump got on the phone with them, and he was like, "I'm going to drop a 50% tariff on your ass and ruin your country if you decide to continue acting as you are." And then the president of Colombia temporarily buckled down and said, "Yeah, we'll put a 50% tariff on you as well." And then as soon as he said that, pretty much he rescinded his statement, and he took it like a scared little piece of shit, and
He
said,
fucking caved
No,
instantly.
yeah, no tariffs. No tariffs. We don't want any tariffs involved. You can boat in as many. You can fly in as many illegals as you want. Colombia is now a sanctuary country for illegals.
Are you guys tired of winning yet? Sorry.
Absolutely
I
not.
never get tired of winning, bro.
Absolutely not. We need more victories. There's not enough.
Well, it's actually extremely based. Yeah.
I'm very surprised that he's
And I'm
done
gonna be
as much
honest
as
with you
he
guys.
has.
Everyone that's denying that there's mass deportations going on right now are schizophrenic and retarded.
Deportations now. Deportations.
Bro, it's so over.
Like if I'm getting flooded with ice holds at my job up in bumfuck North Dakota, I couldn't imagine what like other areas are looking like
Dude.
right now.
Where
It's true,
I'm
bro.
at,
It's
I've heard
truly
about a
over for
lot
us,
of them
Chuck.
going on. Heard
Bro, I
about
live
a
in
lot.
Texas. I've like gone outside and seen them. Bro, it's cool.
It's truly
Base?
over for us,
Let's
Chubbs,
go.
dude.
No, it's just begun. What do you mean it's over?
I'm just joking. I'm joking, guys.
He's joking. He's joking. He's
I'm
joking.
They're
joking.
even
I'm always
deporting illegals from New York City. Extremely based.
I'm gonna
Hey,
get up.
Bumpkin, next topic, Bumpkin. Do your job.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. See you in a bit, Mindran.
All right. Do we want to stay on immigration or should we go on foreign affairs?
I mean, we all agreed on immigration, so
Yeah, I think there's not going to be much of a disagreement on immigration. So just let's see whether we can get something in foreign affairs.
All right. Should the U.S. leave NATO and the UN?
Yeah.
I'm.
Those organizations are fake and gay. So that's my only justification. I'm not going to justify it further.
Yeah. League of Nations, I
Challenge
agree.
Management.
I'm a little torn about NATO, though, because that is our sort of sphere of influence. So theoretically, it could still be useful. However,
useful for a
I'm
bunch of, like,
very.
neolibs, essentially.
I definitely
That's
lean
useful
more
for.
towards the disband it. I'll put it that way.
I mean, it's one of those things for me where there is a use case for being in NATO insofar as like we can use our influence in NATO and our position as like the number one part of this so-called partnership with multiple countries to influence and get people to do what we want, to get other countries to do what we want. The only issue.
The way I'll put it is, if I was in charge of the U.S., I'd want to stay in NATO. If I'm not, then I don't want us to be a part of NATO. Because I
agree with that. Like, there is a definite use case for being in NATO, and there's a lot we can do with that. However, like the people who are steering the ship are squandering our ability to do that. And they're just like, hey, let's be the whipping boys of everyone. Let's be totally cocked to these other powers and just and for what benefit? I mean, alliance against who? Russia? Like, they can't even take Ukraine. Like, we gave them surplus military supplies.
Yep.
And Russia is just getting completely blasted. Like, amazing. And then you have China. It's like, dude,
right.
A hot war with China, I don't really think that that's going to be in the cards. I mean, call me the Chud Jack, bro. Nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens, bro.
I'll put it this way.
Besides mass
NATO
deportations,
realistically should be our vassal system.
On
I
God.
mean, again, if I was in charge, if people who agreed with me, either myself or people who agreed with me, were in charge of the state, I would absolutely support NATO. The problem is people that hate me and my beliefs, and people who agree with my beliefs are in charge, and they will leverage this superstructure to prevent cool shit from happening, which is my problem with NATO.
Fair.
All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back.
Did you
Welcome
hear
back.
I
the
know I've
question?
said it a few times now, but it really should be our vassal and tributary system.
All right, I'm gonna repeat the question for Mindrend. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should the U.S. leave NATO and the UN?
Yeah, I would say so. I think that the United States effectively operates very similar to NATO and the UN, anyways, in that it's just an economic bloc that's able to manipulate interests of other countries through like things like tariffs. So why exactly do we even have NATO and the UN if we're already basically acting like the EU? It's kind of fucking pointless if you ask me. I don't know.
I tend to agree.
God damn it! Can we fight about anything?
Well, it's just that I have the objectively correct position and nobody disagrees with it.
True. So true.
All right. What
No,
is
I
the
have the
solution-
objectively correct. Go ahead.
What is the solution to getting Americans trained in jobs to limit foreign employment?
That would be sick. I think that kind of subsidization would be good in instilling the future generations with these work skills as well, because it'll be taught from father to son in a way that we used to have quite a bit more. I think the reliance upon foreign work has made us complacent whenever it comes to our education system.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I think basically what we need to do is, I think the first step is when you get rid of foreign labor, right? You still need someone to do the labor, obviously, right? So if we're getting rid of a bunch of people in the agricultural sector, we need people to be doing like labor intensive shit, right? Obviously you need to hire people, and the only people that are going to be left to hire are American citizens. So just by doing the job over an extended period of time, over a number of years, people are going to get better at it, right? So obviously there's going to be some growing pains. You could also create some public works programs that give people specific skills. We used to do this in this country. Various other countries have done vast public works programs to get people who are unemployed or who want to get into a specific trade the training they need. So if we do large public works programs, as well as deport the migrant labor, I think these two things work together to bring back skilled labor or make Americans better at doing skilled labor and better at doing labor-intensive unskilled labor, which would be required at least in the near future.
Okay. All right, guys. Tits or ass? Since apparently we agree on everything
Ass.
else, let's just get...
Tits.
Ass. No, ass.
Tits.
No, ass.
Tits.
You retard! It's ass!
Fuck you, Dante. It's tits, bro. Fuck you, retard.
No, it's ass, bro.
It's fucking tits, dude. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Dude, ass is way better than tits. Let me tell you why.
Because big booty.
Dude,
Were you a
because
sodomite?
I'm not a sodomite, no, but it's nice to grab onto something else while you're having sex. Like, it's awkward for me. It's like awkward to grab the titties while you're fucking. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to move. You have to look like a reptilian or something. Like, move
Bro.
But you could just be laying down and laying pipe while grabbing ass. Like, therefore, ass better.
Bro, you don't even know, bro. If you have them squished on your chest, like you're laying on top of her, it's bomb, dude. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro.
Dude, I'm not saying tits are bad. Never have I said that, but I just think asses.
No.
I'll put it this way: you need one and not the other.
Well, would you ever eat ass? Yeah, yes or no?
No.
No, that's disgusting.
Fucking.
Okay. So you're not a sodomite. Okay, so the only thing you can do with ass is grab it. You can't do anything other.
It's
But you
more
can
aesthetic, bro.
suck titties. You can suck on
aesthetic, bro.
titties. You can suck on titties without being gay.
Read Schopenhauer. Life is just about aesthetic pleasure. Okay.
Dude, no, listen. You can suck on titties without being gay.
Dude, here's the thing though. Life is literally just the only thing that makes life worth living is like aesthetic pleasure, bro. Read Schopenhauer. World is Will and Representation, Volume 2. Let's go.
Dude, I'm a chud.
It's over. It's over.
You see, you need the
Dude, I
ass.
brought up
You need the
Schopenhauer and the
aesthetic
tits versus
vibe.
ass debate. Let's go.
It's so
God.
Tits look a lot better than ass, so.
okay. With
Subjective.
ass, with ass, I think that's probably correct. However, you cannot have no ass and titties.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's actually true. You cannot have no ass and tits.
This is why I like ass better. You
wanna-
necessarily need ass in order for tits to look nice.
Wait, I want to develop an algorithm to really get you guys' perspectives a little bit better here. So if you had to pick 2 out of 3, tits, ass, or face, what would those 2 be?
Number 1 is face. Number 2 is ass. Number 3 is tits.
I agree.
Yeah, essentially the same thing for me too. Yeah.
Okay. Face is number 1, tits are number 2, ass. I don't even really think about ass.
Nah, you capping.
Nah, I straight up don't.
That's
No,
crazy,
no.
bro.
That's straight cap.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Every dude
calling
thinks
cap.
about some ass, bruh.
That's
No.
I bet
They
you wanna-
they call him the stick figure enjoyer.
we call him the board enjoyer.
Exactly.
Bumpkin, I bet you weren't expecting this when you started up this stream here today, right?
I had to ask I had to ask something, bro, because y'all just agree on fucking literally everything. So I wanted Zach to stay up here, man, because I thought he was gonna disagree a lot more.
He advocated for like free market capitalism earlier, which was funny.
I'm surprised you guys didn't push back more.
Yeah, I was going to, but then the conversation moved, so I was like,
I was
whatever.
going to, but I was busy eating my chicken sandwich.
Wait, Marty, was that the same
was-
Zach that I knew?
Okay,
No,
the tits and
his
ass
name was
argument
Z.
just-
I mean,
dude,
he was the guy
tits-
who you debated, not like Zach that we know.
The tits and ass discussion just nuked the entire stream. Holy fuck.
Let's go.
You
Yeah,
stream
they're
over,
like
it's
they're
over,
like they're
bro.
like
No,
they're like you guys are
it's
degenerates.
not.
No,
You guys are degenerates.
It went from 13
You
people
guys
to 1
are
person, bro.
degenerates.
To 12 people legitimately just left because of a tits and ass discussion.
That's crazy, bro.
Dude, that's so crazy.
Dude, we just killed the stream. It's never coming back now.
Yeah,
Oh
this is
my
like the Darwin's
God,
Awards
bro.
of streaming. You just won the Darwin Awards.
Let's go.
Oh,
That's so
fuck.
based.
It's extremely based. It's extremely based. I don't know, bros. Does anyone else have anything to fucking say?
Dude, where did Andre go, bro? Where did that guy? Where he?
Yeah.
Bro, where was he?
Bro, he was new and now he's not.
I essentially told him we were live when I dropped both links to him. I guess he's not doing it tonight.
All right. Let's think of some contentious ass shit to debate then. Make it fun.
Go for it,
We
bro.
need fucking idiots, though. We need idiots.
Exactly.
Sure, get that one guy Adam in this call. Minrand.
Adam, you mean like the religious guy?
Yeah.
I don't even think he's online. Let me check.
It's over, dude. It's over for Shuds.
Bro, we need more retards. Where are they?
He was.
Nah, bro is soundly offline right now.
Damn.
Well,
Where'd the
I
commies
know.
go?
I didn't even post it in the commies chat because they won't even pop up here, bro.
Oh, they're too
Sad.
scared to join the thing.
Sad.
Yeah, bro. They're like,
Oh,
I don't want to
racist-
use. I don't want to
racist-
use
racism
StreamYard. I
bad.
don't want to use StreamYard because it's like it's gonna get my IP, and I'm like, are you schizophrenic?
Are you?
Racism is bad because like Christian moral framework or something.
Literally.
Racism is good because lack of Christian moral framework. That's my take.
Racism
So
is good
ba-
because
so
it's
base,
biologically
so base.
selected for, like natural selected for just kin selection, bro.
They're not gonna join though. But I added them in there. I could drop it back in the cube and see if John comes up.
Dude, no,
Alright.
no, do not get fucking. Oh my god, please, no.
Wait, is it that guy from before that I was
Bro.
shitting on?
Probably. He looks like Tick History. He looks like a fucking milk dud.
Wait, is it the one that looks like a fucking like a chicken nugget, kind of?
Yeah, he looks like a chicken
Yeah.
nugget. He looks like a Mike and Ike chicken nugget, milk dud, whatever you want to call it.
He's got like a whiter bottom half of his face than like an upper half. He looks kind of like a fucking retard, just a little bit.
Yeah, he's
got like the
he's
worst
skinny.
opinions known to man.
Yeah, he's-
Yeah, I remember him. I remember
Perfect. That's just what we need.
That's exactly
Dude was
what we
like-
need.
him. Dude was like, let's completely legalize all prostitution or something last
We
year.
need
And that's
a
the guy.
hero, and his name is John.
dude, John the Legend, bro. Let's go.
The myth, the man, the legend.
The
Dude.
man, the myth, the legend, bro.
Yeah, we need like an easily deconstructed individual.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Get Fascifist in here. We could debate materialism versus idealism. with him.
It's so over.
I could send, I not Fascist, but I could send Seamus the link.
No, I do not want to deal with fucking. Yeah, I don't have enough energy to deal with fucking Seamus right now.
I could send Seamus the link and
Dude,
just
I can
nuke
send
this
Fascist.
entire stream, bro.
I could I could probably send Fascifist the link.
I could send Caleb Maupin the link.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Fuck it.
Send it to all of them. Why not? Get the whole gang up in
Are
here.
All that-
Caleb Oppen, are you you know, do you have any
Tits and
Hebrew
ass
ancestors?
Bro!
What'd you say, Bumpkin?
Are you a
Caleb
tits or
Maupin
ass
a
guy?
tits or ass guy? That's the real
Honestly,
question we
dude,
need to
I'd be
asking.
curious. I'd be curious.
He's
to
a
learn that
brain
next
guy.
time.
You don't get it. He's a brain guy.
If you're lurking in the chat and you don't agree with us, please, for the love of God, jump
Hop
on
up
the
in this
panel.
bitch.
Hop up in here.
Or agree with them, I guess. I don't know. Wow, dude. The tits and ass conversation over? Back up to 11.
All right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, we're so back. Let's go. All right,
We're so back.
we're so back. All right,
Let's
Bumpkin, what is your
go. Let's
substance
go.
philosophy, bro? What do you? I'm just joking.
Shut the.
Do you believe that everything is there's a single substance that constitutes the entirety of reality, or do you think that there's two substances? And if there's only one substance, what is the substance?
I think I'm spiritually Italian.
Wow, that's real. Okay.
I mean, what do we mean by one substance?
I'm not a big
basically-
philosophy guy.
Basically, that would be so. For example, you could have everything is made up of matter, and it's just it's matter and energy, and it's just interacting. So that's physicalism or materialism. And then you have idealism, which is that everything is just minds and ideas, right? So
Yeah, well, the latter is, or is it the former? I don't know. The fucking idealism shit is stupid.
agreed.
I agree.
But in terms of like substances, that's what I mean by that is, do we mean like in a literal sense? Is there only one?
So substance just means like what is the fundamental like what is the nature of reality, I guess? Is it physical or is it mental?
No, it's physical, obviously.
Okay.
At some point, you reach the smallest particle, and whatever that is what it is.
I mean, at some point, like I don't even think consciousness is real. I think consciousness is a spook. Was a spoof.
I agree.
I mean,
Like-
I partially disagree. I've talked to you about that before,
Yeah.
but it's in the physical world. I'll put it that way, in my opinion.
So you're like a substance dualist. Okay.
What is that?
Substance dualism is basically the idea that you have both like mind or a mental like the mental within itself, also the physical within itself. So you have two substances that are fundamentally distinct that interact. That's substance dualism.
I mean, I think that there is
Or like
a
mind
second-
body distinction.
Kind of. So I think that there's the brain, which is pretty much just
Oh boy.
the brain results from the physical.
Are you
body.
ready, my friend?
That's the big difference.
Am I what?
Are you ready for this philosophy conversation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just clearing my throat.
I can kind of. So I've explained this to Dante before, but I can kind of explain my general perceptions about what the brain actually is, or to put it better, the mind. So essentially, the brain, I believe, this is unsubstantiated.
Are we saying brain is in like the organ brain, or like is that what you mean by brain?
That's why I said mind. So there's the brain, and the brain produces the mind, and all the mind is your thoughts, which are put out into the universe by your brain in the form of brain waves.
So sure, couldn't you just simplify this with a physicalist perspective by saying the mind is the activity of the brain?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So the mind is the activity of the brain, but the big thing that I think that's different that I've talked to you about before is I believe that when you die, or I guess to start,
you go to Valhalla.
No, that's retarded. To start out, that would be cool though. But to start out at the earliest point, there's different levels of consciousness, and to explain
I'm at the highest level of whatever that is, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, good to know you, you arrogant prick.
I'm at the highest level of consciousness. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. Good to know. But at some point, there's different levels of consciousness. So you have like nearly nothing.
So how do we discern this? So how do we discern the different levels of consciousness?
This is completely subjective, but I'd say a way to discern it would be by measuring brain waves of some sort. I don't know entirely. This is just what I think.
Source, you made it up. Okay, that's kind of
source. It came to me in a fucking dream.
Hey, fair enough, bro. I respect that a lot more than most people who try to like rationalize it. So fair enough.
No, I literally made this up because I don't like the entirely. How's the best way to put it? I don't believe that the brain is just chemical because I don't think subjectively that makes sense.
I see. So you just have like a problem. It just doesn't feel comfortable to you.
I want to ask you a couple things.
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, Keel, do you believe that the frontal lobe constructs the active experience of phenomena around you and invokes memories via another suborgan of the brain? Is that something that you acknowledge?
I'm not sure what you're asking. I apologize.
Okay. Does the frontal lobe, does it construct the phenomena and then interact with other suborgans within the brain to facilitate its function?
It almost certainly has to because it's part of the brain.
Sure.
Okay. So when you admit that it does, and you're able to dichotomize different types of consciousness, different subtypes of consciousness, and you're able to make them interact in such a way, and you're able to break those subtypes of consciousness into subtypes of consciousness, because that can be done as well. There's specific sections of the frontal lobe that are responsible for different types of pattern recognition. Say, the orbital frontal cortex, which is considerably lower, it deals with Pavlovian response and reward labels. Okay, whereas the general frontal lobe is a lot more generalized. Okay. The cerebrum might store memories, but the backside of the cerebrum deals a lot more with instinctive response to stimuli. So there's somewhat of a blend between these archetypes of thought within the cerebrum. However, the cerebrum definitely does compose different types of thought, and you can identify what those thoughts are. Therefore, the brain is composing consciousness in real time. Consciousness is not something that exists in a way that can be identified as its own material phenomenon. It's dependent on the suborgans.
Yeah. I did not get a chance to really complete my system. I do agree that consciousness comes from the brain. All I'm saying is that the brain, the best way I can describe it, acts somewhat like a cell phone tower broadcasting a signal.
Bro believes in 5G, bro. Let's go.
Your brain is a cell phone.
Brain is 5G. Let's go. Let's go.
So, what even is that? How do you substantiate that?
How do I substantiate that? So this is definitely going out on a limb, but people have what is called sort of previous memories from a former life sometimes, and so to me at least, that's kind of why the fuck is that happening? Because there's these little ass kids that remember some battle from like 500 years ago or something that they were supposedly a part of. Now, it could just be a smart kid making it up, but if we just like take them at their word and go, okay, maybe that is the case, then there necessarily has to be something else out there substance wise, because there's no like immaterial universe. There's only the material universe. There has to be
Okay.
a substance that causes that.
I can think of a couple of explanations other than just that. Like, say, for example, the parents might be grooming them in order to say that to affirm their metaphysical beliefs, which I've seen happen a lot of the times with like the fundamentalists, like Christian camp.
Oh
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
you can see like you can see different chemistry within the brain that could actively cause the child to hallucinate. Right, that's another one, and the hallucination may be coincidentally very similar to the battle in question, and the gaps are affirmed once they know more about what the battle actually is over time. Whenever they're told by those around them what the battle was, and it just becomes a self-feeding loop. That tends to happen a lot of the time whenever you're interrogating people. They imagine things if you ask them proactive questions. Uh, Therefore, I see no reason to believe in this. I think it's less likely than it is likely.
Perhaps. I still think that it happens enough for me to question it. I'll put it that way.
So therefore, you're just agnostic on the matter, but you would lean towards my position on all of this.
I definitely do lean towards your position. I just think it's more fun to think about the position in this way.
Okay.
I definitely lean more towards it. However, this would be a way to explain it if we take the testimony of these people at face value.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, the scientific method definitely isn't about how fun and aesthetically pleasing things are, and this may have lasting damage to our culture as a result.
Yeah, I'm not saying we should adopt it.
Okay. So
I'm
long
just
as we got
saying
that
that
out.
this theoretically could solve the problem if it is proven to be real.
Yeah, if it's proven to be real, then 100%. But even then, every proof that you're going to develop has a burden that is that's satisfied differently under different people's perspectives. So even if you disprove it, like soundly enough to where, I mean, there's nearly no scenario which you can imagine where it could even exist in a single unit, a single individual. In that case, there's still going to be people who believe in it as a result of a cultural shift that came about due to the past normalization of the ideal. I mean, I see that all the time. Like, say, like fucking those retards who believe that the Earth is 6,000 years old. Those fucking mongoloids. Fucking hate them.
Yeah, well, that's why you have to be careful about what you actually publish. I think that's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess we agree then for the moment.
Pretty much. I'd say. What were we talking about? Sorry, my mind just completely blanked there for a second.
I mean, we were building physicalism versus idealism, and we agreed that physicalism is the most likely conclusion. And because of how consciousness is constructed, I mean, I guess we can't ever objectively know for certain, but that's because there's a break between the brain and the reconstruction of the material world that is being composed within the brain. So the material world might exist outside of the brain where we're observing it via our sensory organs, and that's what informs us as to how the brain actually functions anyways. So whenever we're learning about, like, say, neurophysiology, we're actually just gathering this information via our senses anyways, so we may all be wrong. Yeah, but that's at least my understanding of what truth is. That's a very basic way to put it. Just like basically information gathering and consensus based upon the lack of a certain degree of doubt.
Dude, based, bro. We won, bro.
Yeah.
We won.
To be clear, I wasn't arguing.
No, I'm just saying we won. We saved Europa, bro. We won.
So real.
Go.
Europa can wait.
I don't know. To clarify, though, I was not talking about this in a non-material context.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're in agreement. We're in general agreement. You just have a fun theory that mental masturbation and shit, dude.
Okay.
Yes,
gonna read
I
the
do
poll.
that a lot.
If we had what's his name from New Columbia, that would have been fun, bro. We could have had a materialism idealism debate with him. That would have actually.
Dude, he would have gotten
Crazy.
benched. He would have gotten like done away with.
Yeah, he would have gotten cooked, bro.
I do not understand the idealism. I just like to push materialism to its limits.
Oh, I understand idealism pretty well. It's people that get lost in the sauce because they see that math corroborates itself and they think that math is a material entity because they're fucking
Math
retards.
is not a real thing. We made it up to describe real things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's yeah. Literally,
yeah, like perfect triangles exist and shit. Like goddamn.
Yeah, it's pretty retarded.
Technically, all triangles have 4 sides.
Probably more. A lot of them have more.
More like 6, 12,
maybe. Like
technically, sides don't exist. Okay,
yeah, technically,
side is a construct.
Yeah,
of your imagination.
Exactly.
Yep.
Everything's just a circle.
All right. So I got Dante, Kylo, pistol partners. I'm putting Mindra down as pistol partners because not everyone's gonna know him. I'm doing screen names basically. Poppy, Snog, and Zach. That's everyone that was up on the panel, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you're making the poll? You're making the polling question?
Yep.
Dude, there was no debate that was had, so it was
dude, how the fuck anyone gonna win?
This was a fucking.
This was a dildo of a debate.
No, I mean,
dude, if anyone votes for me, that's a fucking joke. Because I don't debate.
Hey guys, vote for me, please.
For
I
me.
debated kind of earlier, a little bit.
All right, chat. Everyone in the
Vote for
chat.
me.
Everyone in the chat. The poll's
Submit.
posted.
Everybody vote for me now.
If you vote for me, you're a chimp.
It's over, bruh.
No, don't let him do you like that.
Do not vote for me, bros.
Everyone protest votes for him.
That'd be, bro.
That'd be funny.
Everybody vote Bumpkin. Bumpkin deserves the money.
Dude, Bumpkin is like Aryan and shit, bruh. Let's go. We're so back, guys.
I don't even put myself on.
Europa save, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Europa.
That's the joke.
Europa.
Vote Bumpkin. I just.
Europa.
Dude, I was in like a college club when I was back in university before I graduated, and one post that they made on the fucking social media pages, we're gonna save Europe and America. It was so gay, dude. I wanted to shoot myself.
Holy LARP, guys.
Yeah, actually, holy LARP.
What
Actually, holy LARP. Not even kidding.
All right, let's get this poll going.
Yo, if you vote for me, I'll do a Mongolian throat singing.
I can do that, bro. I can do that for
You say jingle bells, bro? What
yeah,
the
I was singing Jingle Bells
Bro,
like a fucking Hungarian, bro.
Let's go.
This is a Hungarian Christmas, bro.
Dante, we're finishing that survival fucking shit
Oh,
after this. All right.
After this, bet.
The what?
The what?
We've been watching the entire season of 14 men and 14 women are put on separate islands.
And they have 2 cups.
Damn, that's crazy.
Let's
It's
go.
a great stream, bro. It's a great stream.
Dude, the women cooked.
Dude, they did something,
Bro, the
bro.
women cooked.
All right, I'm about to close this poll.
Clock on the stove.
No, don't do it. No, vote for me. No.
Over.
It's so Joker, bro.
Well, 1 second, I gotta.
How many viewers do we have right now?
Many.
Like 5 or 6?
Oh no, we got about 11. We got 5 people watching on Twitter, and we got 5.
Hey, thank you guys for watching, bro.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah,
6 people
that's
watching
right.
On Twitter, 3.
This is probably the most boring, blood sports stream you've ever seen.
This was pretty boring.
Of course, it's the one I go on. Naturally.
Hey man,
we just need more
Just
retards, guys.
Just gotta come back next time.
So if you have an autistic friend that has dumb
Political take. Or philosophical takes. I'll take philosophical takes.
or
too.
philosophical takes. Tell them to join these live streams.
Wait,
Right?
Bumpkin,
The
why
world
don't
is
we,
flat,
like,
guys.
During the week, why don't we just like go cultivate retards and like get like a whole like separate server
Dude, that's
like full
so
of retards?
true.
The bumpkin
so true.
blood sports debate cultivation. Let's go.
You're right. You know, I should make a Discord. Here we go again.
Let's go.
Hey, man, I can help make that
FFZ.
shit. I can help make that
FFZ.
shit.
Ah!
Dude,
We're
that's
so
I can make that
back.
shit.
We're so
Shit,
back.
I can make that.
Matt, we're so back. We are so back, guys. Let's go.
Is it true, Bumpkin? Is
We
FFC
did it.
back?
We won.
Oh,
It's about to be back, dude.
There's gonna
We
be a
won.
server there's gonna be a Discord server ran by me, and we're cultivating retards into there.
Dude, we won, bro.
Just
Let's go.
specifically so we can just have like a retard
Yeah.
fest on these
It's
streams.
the retard chamber.
Honestly, at that point, yeah, let's go.
Oh
I mean,
shit!
What?
Did Zach come back just to vote for himself?
dude.
yeah, Zach got a vote. He had to have voted for himself because he was
Bro
like
revived.
totally retarded.
That's crazy,
Bro revived.
Well, 2 votes for Zach.
bro.
What?
That's
What?
crazy.
Stop the count,
What?
Bumpkin. Stop the count.
Hold on, you! They're still coming in.
Stop the steal.
Stop the steal, guys.
They're still coming in.
Stop the steal.
Stop the steal.
Marty,
We trust democracy here.
Marty, you need to vote for me, Morty. Bumpkin, vote for me, Bumpkin. Bumpkin.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. Dante won.
No.
Let's go.
No.
Let's go. I get my
Dante
shekels.
gets 50% of the votes.
He gets his
Pistol
cigarette money.
partners.
Let's go.
Let's go. I can buy more ciggies.
Pistol partners with 70% of the vote. Zach with 33% of the votes.
Dude, this is
Let's
ridiculous.
go,
I don't know
man.
how
Crazy.
Zach got more votes than me. I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm so happy I got 0, bro.
This is why we don't
It's
trust
base.
democracy.
Yeah, democracy is for retards.
Do I have, Dante, do I have your fucking snap?
All right.
Do I have your cash app?
Yeah, I'll send you my cash app. Give me a second. I'll DM it to you on fucking Telegram. Yeah, that's what it's called. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, sure. I'll create a Discord server and I'll cultivate retards.
Yes, I will.
Honestly,
also-
I could probably just have my nephew do it for me. Honestly,
I can. I mean, I could help you, Bumpkin, if you really
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, invite me to that shit. I'm gonna farm. I'm gonna be the lol cow farmer. I'm gonna be a rancher.
Yeah, do it, dude. Do it.
We could just call it Retard Ranch.
Go lol cow ranch. Yeah, lol cow
I sent
ranch.
it to you on your Telegram.
No,
game,
retard is
Bumpkin.
funnier. Retard Ranch. It
No, but they're like
rhymes.
cows. You get it? Like lol cow ranch. Like you get it? They're cows. We're
I know,
ranching.
but like Retard Ranch sounds really funny.
retard. I mean, it's alliteration, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
She man, I'm about to get my money right now. I got my money up, man.
Gonna go
Shit.
buy your Black and Milds.
She, man, I'm about my black.
Yeah,
and
dog,
white.
I roll your ass. I blick your ass, nigga.
I blink your
Gang, gang.
gang, bro.
Gang, gang. Boom, bada beam. There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
I always pay out. I always pay out.
These thugs, man. These thugs. Let's go.
All right. Everyone
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
Kylo, thank you for showing up. Minder,
yeah,
thank
bro.
you for showing up. Poppy
Yo.
Snog, thank you for showing up. Zach, thank you for showing up, even though you had to pop off. Like I said, I'm probably going to do another one of these Friday.
Okay.
Friday will probably be a lot more prosperous because it's going to be Friday night. So there'll probably be, but let's cultivate some retards. Let's do that.
Let's
That's when they go to the
go.
bar. Like,
Let's
it's gonna be
go.
Friday evening or like
Retard
dead night?
ranching.
Friday evening, probably starting around like 6 my time.
Yeah, what is your time central?
Yeah,
Okay. So like, yeah, it's probably gonna go on for like at least a couple hours. Gotcha.
right. But Dante, do you have any final thoughts?
Hey, man. Like, I'm the savior of Europa, bruh. I'm the prophet. Okay. There is one reality, and I am its prophet. There you go. That's what I gotta say. Let's go. Thank you.
That's what he's got to say.
Dante
about
has
that.
spoken.
That's what Dante has spoken.
People think I look like Charles Manson too. There
Don
you go.
Quavius has
You
spoken.
You do look like Charles Manson.
Over.
You do.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, everyone. Thank you for showing up to the stream.
Hey,
It's been
thanks
a
for
lovely
inviting me, bro.
stream. No problem. No problem. Maybe get more blood sportsy next time, guys. Come on. Don't worry. We'll cultivate retards.
At, bro.
I know who you're gonna yell at, right? I know. But don't worry. All right. That's the stream, though. I gotta go do some stuff and make this Discord server and cultivate retards.
Hey, for
But
the moment,
first-
I'm gonna be on Workers Federation if anybody's joining.
All right, I'll probably
That's where
join
we're
you.
gonna go to
Alright.
watch rest of that stuff.
Roll up,
Workers
Let's do it.
Workers Fed.
Roll out.